As Harriet Tubman led the former slaves to freedom, some still remained in chains in their minds. Some of them fought her and even turned back. Some were so afraid of what lay on the other side that they sent slave trappers on the path from which they just came from. Some of those people who sent slave trappers after free slaves who are in the midst of running for their freedom thought they had the best intentions. I want you to digest that. Every person that is pulling you back and holding you back from your greatness isn't a hater. Some of them are so fearful of what's on the other side of your aspirations that they will try to pull you back for your safety. So some of those slaves who sent slave trappers after runaway slaves, and I hate to use this language, but it's understandable language, were trying to help them, because what is on the other side? I have to save you from you. Pay attention to that. They were so mentally tied to being a slave that they had no other identity. All other options ceased to exist. You have to decide, are you willing to remain a slave to your ego and its bag of tricks, or are you going to fight through the underbrush, slosh through the swamps, and hide out in the back rooms while you fight for your soul's freedom? The road to freedom will be tough, but I promise you, my friend, when you come out the other end, what awaits you is far greater than where you left. So I want to teach about leading by example. Let me read these comments real quick. Oh my God, the slave trappers and people holding you back from your greatness, and they don't even know they're doing it, sis. They think they're helping you. And she's going to give you confirmation, because that's what you should be seeking from us anyway. Any type of outside source, you should be seeking confirmation. You get your answers here. You get your confirmation here. And we're doing the work here. I want to talk about leading by example. Many of us women are leaders in our community, and I know we get the misconception that being a leader within your community has something to do with some prestigious position that you hold, but you have to also understand that your community starts in your home. So you are the leader within your home, which means everyone within your home, I don't care how oppressive it may be, even your oppressor is watching how you move, because your oppressor is only able to oppress you because you allow. And I know that's very difficult to receive, but understand that up until this point where you feel that you are out of control of the treatment that you're receiving in your life, you are allowing said treatment. And so you have to understand that everyone that you have chosen to align yourself with is watching you, and they're watching you how you move. But most importantly, if you are a mother, you are demonstrating for your children how to move. What we are experiencing right now with all these men running the show, this is an imbalance and a pervasion, and that is why this world is falling apart. Because any type of leadership absence of the feminine is disastrous, and that is why this world is a fucking disaster. Because what is feminine energy? Feminine is our higher chakra. So we are moving into the heart chakra. We are moving into the throat chakra. We are moving into the third eye and our divinity. We are moving into these spaces. This is the energy that our world should be created. And even though we cannot control the world out there, we can control our world within. We are even the teachers of men. We are their first teachers because we birthed them. As a mother, we are everyone's first teacher. So how can the woman go from being the first to the last, but in a pervasive society? So first and foremost, you must understand the power that you hold, and you have to understand that the example that you choose to walk by is the example that you are leading by. And you have to understand that everyone is watching you. Why is everyone watching you? Because as their lives become classrooms, that means everything they observe, they are learning from. I'm not just watching videos. I'm learning from those videos, and I'm not learning verbatim from those videos, but there is something within that video that stuck to me, and I don't have to be intentional, i.e., let me remember what this is said, let me favorite this so I can watch this over and over again until it enters my subconscious. That may be your method, but that's not the space that I'm in. Thank you so much for sharing the lives. Thank you for liking the lives. If you like it, if you're blessed, somebody else will be. So thank you, thank you, thank you. By just knowing that anything that I encounter is a teachable moment, I can encounter anything, and then I can go, like I watched Fatima's video earlier, and then I picked up my book and I read a paragraph, and I was just like, yo, this is exactly what Sis was talking about. Confirmation. And then when I sit down and journal, and all of a sudden I'm journaling from the perspective that she's talking about, and I'm taking it a step further. Let me read it to you, sis, because you're here. Since most people stop there, we feel comfort because that's group think. Just happens to group we're around are spiritually evolved people, so we feel good in that group think. But this is how the fakers get in, and this was your point, sis. But this is how the fakers get in. Anyone can learn the buzzwords. Anyone can gain a closer relationship with their higher selves. But the true evolution comes when you push past the intangible into the tangible. This is the camel passing through the eye of the needle. This is the faith of a mustard seed. This is truly trusting divine to transform your physical world. And that is the work only a small percentage is willing to do. So we are able to become entrapped by narcissists because we are stopping our evolution because it feels good, and we are surrounded by other spiritual beings. We find comfort in that space, but guess what? The devil, what does he come to? Kill, destroy, and there's something other in there, but the devil's busy, right? These narcissists come into our space, and they study the exact same books we study. They stop evolving just as far as we're willing to stop evolving. They are leveling themselves up just enough. We are leading by example. They're leveling themselves up just enough to gain access to us. And we wonder why, man, this person said all the spiritual stuff, and they got all the books on their bookshelf, and they doing all the things, and we follow the same people on social media. How come this person is still full of shit? Yes, they study you. But guess what? The way that we avoid that deception is we lead by example, and we elevate ourselves, which means we start doing the work. We change the way we talk. We change the way we walk. We change the way we think. We change everything about ourselves. Those of you who watched my evolution, I physically look different. I eat different. I drink different. I speak different. Everything about me is different. My hair, everything about me is different. Yes, they can copy it all. But guess what? Once we start speaking differently, they have to learn how to speak differently. So either they're going to learn how to vibe the way that we vibe because we are leading by example, and they have to elevate themselves in order to rock with us. That spiritual stuff is real. I can get the buzzwords. I can elevate my energy. They can raise their energy a little bit because we've raised our energy a little bit. But do they talk the way that we need to be talked to? When we give them redirection, are they willing to accept that redirection? Because when you are in an evolved state and you vibrate in the energy, to your point, and you vibrate into the energy where you understand evolution, and evolutionary change is a constant. In order for us to continue to heal and evolve and grow together, we must learn how to move and function and become one, and not bumping up against each other, but flowing and moving together. Soulmates, they're moving like this. Most of us, we're not linking with soulmates, but we still can figure out how to flow together. You force a narcissist, if it's possible. Boom. I don't know narcissist. I'm a narcissist, and I'm capable of change. So I'm not going to say all narcissists aren't capable of changing. But what I will say, you force someone who came to you to seek, kill, and destroy. I believe that's what they say the devil's supposed to be out here doing. But someone who came in here for negative, who doesn't mean to feed your spirit and to elevate you, guess what you do? As you continue to evolve yourself, your thinking, your speaking, your eating, everything, all the difficult stuff. That's why I read Sister's passage in the beginning where she says she knows she got to do the work, but she's afraid. Because you must become an entirely new you. And in becoming an entirely new you, your present life may just fall apart. Mine is. It happens. But those fakers can't pass the gate because you see them. Like, yo, I understand, yeah, spiritual mumble jumble aside, did you really just call me that? And you're okay with calling me that? And you're not going to correct yourself? You're just going to say my bad? You're just going to tell me I'm being sensitive? Oh, I can't fuck with you no more because you don't vibrate the way that I vibrate. We are not on the same vibe. So that was me taking the lesson and the inspiration from my sis. And I was just like, yo, that's how we lead by example. We cannot stop with the spiritual connection. This is the start. Now we must do the rest of the work.